What is up, everyone? I'm Skratch. Welcome to the channel. This is another Raid Shadow Legends video. Today, I want to clarify a couple of things, guys. I'm seeing a lot of people being confused and a lot of people constantly asking questions. Skratch, is this the right path? Did I make a mistake? Which path should I take? Which one is the good? Which one is the bad? Well, first things first, there is no good, there is no bad in the city of Sintranos, the cursed city, okay? And by the way, I've seen a lot of positive comments from you guys saying it, how much you're loving the new content. That is awesome. I will make a poll on the channel, guys, where I'm gonna ask a couple of questions. So if you have a minute, feel free to click on the community tab on my channel and click on the poll and do your vote, basically, to get a better understanding of what you really think of the cursed city. Personally, I think it's a pretty good idea, and I feel like it's going to be a challenge. Initially, it feels pretty easy, okay? So let's be honest. It's very easy to one-shot all these enemies in here. It will get progressively harder the more you're moving into different areas. And one thing as well that Plarium already mentioned, they are already working on the next difficulty. And for the next difficulty, they're planning to make the bosses different. So not just using the old bosses, they're planning to add some sort of spices to them. I'm not sure exactly what, but the next difficulty is already in development. So I would assume next year at some point we're gonna get the next one. Maybe around 6 months, maybe a bit earlier than that. So for all of you guys, hardcore grinders, we gotta wait a bit longer for another difficulty. The whole idea here is that the only reason why you would want to pick a specific path in here, guys, is to collect the 3 keys that you need in order to unlock the middle boss, which is the main prize, the main challenge, And yes, all of you guys that have very developed accounts, most probably you're gonna be able to just go in there and slam the boss. He's pretty challenging, I'm gonna admit that. But I don't necessarily think that if you're not focusing on the boss, it matters what path you're picking. The only other reason why I would think that it would matter in a way or another what path you're picking, and that's mainly for people that don't have very developed accounts, is that you might get stuck on a stage. You might get stuck on multiple stages because you're not paying attention to, okay, I need 4 champions from these 3 factions. That's the restriction, and you might not have them. So then you're like, okay, you know what? I'm not gonna go that way because I cannot pass that stage. But I'm gonna go this way. Oh, I have HP champions from these 3 factions. I'm gonna go this way and I'm gonna hammer them down and make my way out of the city, out of this location to the other one by moving around like this, So this is the only real reason why you would wanna pay attention to the areas that you're going. The rest doesn't matter. Doesn't matter whatsoever. Yesterday, I just randomly went to some bosses. From here on, I'll prioritize to get the keys. And the reason why, because I want to make guides for you guys from this account, not from the test server. I want to do it from here, and I'm gonna try to make my way towards it as fast as possible, So probably I'll need 4 more days, including today and 3 more others on top. And like that, we'll basically get the keys. So from here, we gotta do this one actually, and I need defense champions that have a 5 stars awakening. And yes, I do have quite a few of them that are ready to rumble, So we can just go in like this and get this down. Then we're slowly going to make our way to the key, and then we're gonna go down to the next key on the bottom right side, and then for the next couple of days we'll prioritize to make our way up to get the other key, I don't care about turn count or anything like that, guys. This, very similar with the Doom Tower, it has a ranking, a leaderboard. This leaderboard gives you nothing, okay? Nobody cares about this leaderboard. Nobody looks at the leaderboard. At least, not many people do anyway. And I wish they would change that. I'll be honest with you. I wish they would change that so people would actually push this leaderboard to get some rewards. They don't need to be anything crazy. They don't need to give you 100 sacred shards and 200 legendary skill tomes and 5 mythical champions. Just something to create an incentive for people to be tempted to actually try and knock down other people from here, So that's something that Plarium could definitely improve for this and for the Doom Tower. That would be pretty nice. And yes, from here, I'll be pushing on C19. I'll be going to the other one. So let's actually go and see what do we have here. Conditions: Orcs, Sylvan Watchers, and Bannerlords, You can't just literally go in with 2 champions if you care about if you care about the turn count, or go just with one champion and just try to kill them like that, you know. You can do that as well. Not a problem whatsoever. If that's your main priority, to get turn count, low turn count, you know. But I really don't care about that personally. So we've knocked that down. We're going to get our free key from here. And this is going to be our very first double boss fight. And we have the regular spider. Then we have the dragon here. It will lock our skills. So we kind of want to have some HP burn or anything like that to kind of like work in here. I feel like one of the best champions for a lot of these double bosses will be Dragstar. Now, unfortunately, he's not on the list for this rotation, okay? Which is pretty unfortunate. I kind of expected it. But we can go in with Artek. He's going to be a solid option. And I feel like the rest doesn't really matter as much. We're just going to chuck in whatever champions we can use here. But they need to be magic. And the problem is, you don't really have a lot of support if you need support. So you kind of like need to pay attention to all this. I don't even know all the champions that I have built from all these random factions. I do have so many champions, guys. And the problem with my account is that whenever I'm trying to make a video and I get a stupid idea, I move the gear from one champion and then I never put it back. And then tomorrow I do it again, the day after I do it again. And in the end, half of the champions have no gear. And a lot of the times I spend hours and hours to rebuild them just to do it again, you know? It's just stupid, Skratch. It's just stupid. That's basically what I'm doing. But these bosses are, wow. I thought that they would be easy, but I did not expect them to be that easy, you know? Like, just bang them instantly to that, you know? Boom. They're pretty weak sauce in this area, which is fine, because people need to kind of, like, go in and have a bit of fun. And damn, we got a 6-star legendary. It's not all 5-star like yesterday. And we got our first key. We got 12 more mythical charms. So right now we should have 20 charms. If you guys watched the video from yesterday, probably you've seen that we haven't got not even one mythical piece. Okay, crit rate and attack. We're not looking too bad. We're not looking too bad. I'm definitely going to use a lot of Chaos Ores on these sets, guys. My Chaos Ores from here on will go on the Merciless set. Probably should be the same for most of you guys as well, you know. So there we go. I have 5 keys left. We've finally collected our first key. So from here, I do have the options to move up this way, you know. So this will kind of like put you in a bad spot because the key is far away. So the best option would be to come either this way and that way and move up. But what I'm going to do, because I want to get the rewards from the boss, I'm going to defeat this boss, come here, then come here, okay? It's pretty much going to cost you the same. Either here, here, and there. It's the same price in terms of keys. Then come up here. And from here, how you may notice, you got to come up, 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 and here. Or maybe you cannot go from here there. So you might have to go around to D13 and then to D24, you know? Or you come D18 and D24. Doesn't really matter. Up to you, whatever you're kind of like fancying to do there. So now, I'm not going to go that way. I'm aiming to come down on the worst path in a way or another, to say like this, and try to get to this key, you know. So this will be a bit of a waste in a way or another, because what I need to do here is either push from this, come here, and come here slowly. So I have 5 keys. It's gonna cost me 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? So then I'll need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and I have 2 left for tomorrow to push here, here, and then wait another couple of days to get to the other one. So yeah, 4 days for me basically from here on to get it. If I was doing it perfectly, I was able to get to it in 3 days with today basically, you know. So let's actually smash this one right here. Yeah, that's what we said that we're doing. We do have a boss to attack there. So conditions, we have High Elves, we have Sacred Order, and Barbarians. Another thing to kind of like discuss in today's video, guys, is your feedback as well and your reaction to the content so far. I feel like it's very positive. It's very, very positive, actually. You'll be surprised how many people reacted extremely positive to the content, and I'm very glad to see that, you know, because the last few things that we had, they weren't that great, okay? I've called it all the time. I said it how it was. They weren't that great. And it's nice to see that a lot of you guys are actually happy with this, you know. And probably we're gonna have all sorts of different experiences. The more areas we unlock, the more difficulties we're going to have. Some of the bosses will be very challenging, especially from the Soul Cross. You know, like we have some very OP ones, which will probably create a lot of frustration to some players. So right here we have Demon Spawn, Ogryns, and Dark Elves. Right, we can go with an Astrolith. We can drop in a couple of bombs in there, because why not? We can go in with a Vizier and just basically block the boss. I don't even think I need that much stuff, but you know what? Let's just try it anyway. Okay, so Astrolith starting with the wrong thing. There you go, couple of bombs. That's what we wanted to see. And the bombs just instantly melted the boss. Jesus. Okay, Astra. You're putting a couple of more bombs on the boss there. No, you don't want to do it? I even forgot her cooldown on the skills, actually. There you go. So boss down. Could have probably done it just with Astrolith, honestly. And we got rare gear, 5-star. I feel like I'm unlucky. I've seen some people getting a lot of awesome pieces already. I don't know how. It must be just my luck. It must be just my luck, guys. Most probably. So from here on, you see 1, 2, and 3, kind of like how we anticipated it. And once I'll unlock the boss, you kill it once, you get the loot, and that's about it. The main thing that really matters on this content, guys, is to complete these quests, which honestly are pretty easy to complete because you just have to defeat stages. That's the main goal in here. And yes, every rotation you will have to defeat a boss if you want to get 25 candles. It's weird because we're all getting candles and everything seems to be filled with candles nowadays in raid, right? Like it's pretty strange. So how I mentioned, the only thing that really matters, guys, with picking your path is to kind of like look beforehand and see what conditions each one of the stages might have, because now is easy. Probably you're gonna be able to do most of these stages with epic champions. Even rare champions will do the job here. I'll be honest, it's nothing too crazy. And after, it will be the problem when you're not gonna be able to just melt them. So for the first week, probably everybody can go crazy. And the good part about it, I feel like this content is very friendly to casual players, because there is no good or bad, you know. And that's one thing that I really like, because most of the times players are just casual players, right? You're playing games casually because you're living your life, you're doing other stuff on top of it, and that's perfectly normal. I'm not expecting anything else from anyone. So it's good that they are making things that are as well more friendly to casual players, that are not constantly up to date with everything that's happening in the game and oh, I've done this wrong, I've done this good, you know. So that's a very good thing in my opinion. We need more things like this in the games, while they're keeping challenging stuff for the hardcore people too, you know. I feel like most of the games kind of like fail at keeping both of the things together. And you see right here, we are unlocking this way to get a key, and then we're gonna go up on the other side. We got everything, and then it really doesn't matter at all. Now, if I might want to get the bigger rewards faster and be greedy, I'm gonna do something else that will allow me to go to those stages that will reward me better, basically, you know. So my Wukong is not built for damage. Hell, I don't even know if any of these champions actually have gear. We're gonna go like this. I'm really not sure. You know, I usually spend when I start rebuilding the champions, because I'm doing that stupid thing that I mentioned at the beginning. When I do that, I spend 4 or 5 hours doing it, you know, and it's such a waste of time because I'm always removing the gear from a lot of these champions. That's why we really need QOL changes, and I want to discuss about this in a video. Let me know in the comments down below what sort of ideas you have as well for QOL changes that could come to the game to just improve our experience as players, to improve the time issue that we have. But I definitely wanna discuss a couple of ideas that I have personally on a video. But yeah, guys, this is pretty much how it goes with the city of Sintranos, the cursed city. There is no good, there is no bad. These are not farmable stages. I'm just repeating it just in case if any of you guys just skip through the video. But yeah, you might want to get this chaos, or you might want to make your way to go there. That's pretty much it. Keep an eye on what conditions all of the stages have, and don't rush to the boss because he's the main prize. You're gonna get bored after you're gonna kill the boss next week, maybe. So just enjoy it, take your time, and collect all these goodies, get all these curse remnants, and hopefully we have a chance to get a mythical champion. So probably some of you guys maybe saw this remnant summons right here. You will have a chance to summon mythical champion at 2.5%, and I feel like if everything is calculated correctly, you get 24 summons a year. I think so. At least for the moment, from these two difficulties. Most probably the next difficulty will include more, But as it stands right now, that's what we have. And the mercy kicks in at 24. So if after 1 year you haven't summoned one, at least 1 year, I feel like it's definitely going to change. We're going to get more of them. But after 24 summons, if you're not going to get a mythical, the chance will increase, But again, the mercy is not increasing by a lot. So it's just slowly. But yes, this is pretty much the reason why you kind of like want to go from area to area to collect these remnant fragments. They're pretty much the grand prize. This and the mythical champion that you're getting from the content. But that was all for the video, guys. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. And don't forget, if you have a second, head over to the poll and vote. Let me know what you think about the Cursed City. So far, the feedback is actually pretty positive. Appreciate all of you guys watching, and I'll catch you all in the next one. Peace.